In a significant stride for Jamaican sport, the redevelopment of the National Stadium at Independence Park is progressing steadily.
Welcome back, One Love Jamaica family. Well, we're here at the National Stadium. As you can see behind me, this is the Jamaican coat of arms. And as it says, out of many, one people. Now today we're going to take a look at the Independence Park facility here in Kingston, Jamaica. And just to show you what is on the facility, because there are a lot of persons, even if they've come to the National Stadium, they've never necessarily gone around the entire facility to see what's here. So I do hope you enjoy this video.
At the pulsating core of Kingston lies Independence Park, a sprawling sports and cultural complex that stands as a living testament to Jamaica's spirit, ambition and flair. Built in 1962 and officially opened that same year, it was purpose-designed for the Central America and Caribbean Games, serving as the epicenter for opening and closing ceremonies, as well as athletics and cycling competitions. When the British Empire and Commonwealth Games arrived in 1966, Independence Park was once again at the forefront as host venue. The stadium resonated with cheers as athletes across disciplines competed under Jamaica's skies. Its focal point, the National Stadium, which accommodates 35,000 spectators and remains the proud home of the Jamaican national football team since 1962. It also pulses with the energy of athletic legends, serving as a training and competitive ground for Jamaica's Olympic and Commonwealth Games hopefuls.
So as we start our journey, you see the flags there. It's a very windy day today, so I suspect I may have some issues with the drone. Hopefully it doesn't fly away. But this is our National Stadium facility. Looking at the walls here, that is gate 2. We're looking at, we have just come from gate 3 where the coat of arms are. Looking over there now, that's the National Arena. I think at the moment there is a anime conference going on as we speak. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll be covering that today. I'll be just focused on covering, just giving you a walk through of the National Stadium facility. Here's our car park area. I think this car park is able to hold 4,400 vehicles here at the National Stadium. Beyond the National Arena, there's the National Indoor Sporting Center that you'll find a lot of activities like I think volleyball, a lot of netball is played. We also have netball courts facility here, and you might be lucky to see as I'm going to see some netball being played here, because we have a very, in terms of every week, in terms of netball activities going on at the stadium facility. So as we can see, it seems like there are things happening. As I said, there's an anime conference going on the outside. Food vendors and so on are here. Over there, that's the grandstand section of the National Stadium. And just beyond that area is where you'd find the netball courts, and further behind is where we find the National Indoor Sporting Facility. Here's a look at the grandstand of the National Stadium, and one of the most interesting things here at the Independence Park facility is the statues dedicated to our athletes that are on display at the entrance to the stadium. See a Jamaican flag flying proudly here. I think at the first statue I see here, I think this is Herb McKinley. Yes, this is the late Herb McKinley, as it says there. The Honorable Herbert Henry McKinley, OMOJ beyond the tape. That's the name of the piece, the sculpture. Basil Watson. It was unveiled by Honorable Prime Minister Bruce Golding on November the 25th, 2009. Let's just go up and take a closer look at some of the other statues here that are on display in this area. And this is Veronica Campbell-Brown. Veronica Campbell-Brown CD, more passionately called, most Jamaicans would say BCB. UNESCO champion first was unveiled by Andrew Ones in October 2029. This is Merlene Ottey BK, man. Merlene, you remember those years when the only hope we had was Merlene Ottey up in the middle. So here it says Merlene Ottey Athletics 100 and 200 meters. Another piece by Mr. Basil Watson. This was dedicated on the 28th 2005. And this says Jamaican athlete, so this isn't dedicated to anybody specific. And over here, this is Donald Curry, obviously. Did the 100 and 200, but I think he's more famous for what he did in the 200 meter. And Shelley and Fraser Price. For me, the greatest female sprinter of all time. Asafa Powell. Many would criticize that he didn't, necessarily accomplish what he should have, but he basically put Jamaica on the sprinting map. A lot of the times when we think that we could not do it, Asafa gave us the belief. So respect to Asafa Powell. But over here, as you can see by the pools, it's no other than the living legend himself, Usain Bolt, the greatest sprinter of all time. Dominant sprinter, but possibly, maybe only flick at 1 second, maybe by Bob Marley, as popular Jamaican of all time. The same roots. So this is the sculpture park here at the National Stadium.
In a significant stride for Jamaican sport, the redevelopment of the National Stadium at Independence Park is progressing steadily and promises to elevate both infrastructure and national pride. Announced on 16th of July 2025, Minister Olivia Grange emphasized the project's importance as a major investment in Jamaica's athletes and a symbol of robust UK-Jamaica collaboration. At a recent briefing, the minister highlighted that the stadium renewal is designed to sustain excellence for the next 30 years, allowing Jamaica to host major regional and international events. The initiative is advancing under a framework of cooperation with the United Kingdom, with the feasibility study funded by the British High Commission guiding the plan's process. Phase 1 focused on design and economic viability has already been concluded, involving top UK-based firms, Ryder Architecture and CAA Icon. Construction is scheduled to begin in 2026, with completion expected by 2029. The upgraded stadium will feature seating for 37,500 patrons with 90% roof coverage, tiered parking for 4,500 vehicles including 1,000 VIP spaces, modern anti-doping and media facilities, a sports museum, conference room, premium suites, lounges and 30 VIP boxes, enhanced health, safety and landscape green spaces. Throughout the phase renovation, the stadium will remain operational, ensuring the continuity of events.
In pool facilities over on this side here. This is another entrance. I think this is the media entrance, and persons probably working at the National Stadium will use this entrance to enter the National Stadium. And this parking here is media parking and official park whenever there's anything happening at the National Stadium. You can have another look at your Pottery Center. You can see the diving platform here in the distance. And you might be looking at some red looking roofs I think that's called the Community Stadium Gardens. And beyond there is a section of Up Park where the soldiers are located.
There's some interesting facts if persons are not aware. I think we hosted a Commonwealth Games at this National Stadium. And we have had many other, for example, the Michael Johnson track meet that they launched. It was the first launch in Jamaica. So Jamaica has a lot of firsts when it comes to sports. And obviously, we would have qualified for the World Cup in 1998 inside of this National Stadium. So now we're going to make our way around to Stadium East, where you have the facility that is probably more readily used, well, it's used more often than the National Stadium. You'd understand because of cost. It costs a lot of money to host anything inside of the stadium. So the Stadium East is mainly used for Eastern champs, schoolboy, schoolgirl football, Eastern champs, and other meet tour, right? Would be the Nannyville community. You're looking at sections of Beverly Hills over there. Asafa Paul lives up in that area. I think Shelley also has a house up there, and Elaine Tom Sahara also I think has a house. And there are some coaches, if I'm not mistaken, I don't want to get it wrong, that would live up on that side. Warren Weir, before he migrated, he used to live up that area also. One Love family, now we are on the eastern side of the National Stadium. Over this section we call it Stadium East. And that's where you'll find a lot of Jamaica Premier League games, and a lot of schoolboy football and schoolgirl football is played, and certain particular track events that will not necessarily carry the kind of crowd to go inside of the National Stadium. So some of the quote unquote regular weekly meets, you'll find them here at the Stadium East field. A lot of carnival activities, and not only carnival but other parties that are held here on a regular basis. Yes, I think this is some bathroom facilities. Beyond sport, Independence Park is a stage for Jamaica's soul. The National Arena, with seating for 6,000, once hosted weightlifting and badminton in 1966, and now pulses with life, hosting everything from trade shows and flower festivals to state funerals and cultural pageantry. Nearby, the National Indoor Sports Complex, built for the 2003 Netball World Championships, doubles as a venue for fashion shows, concerts, and community gatherings. A vibrant tribute to Jamaican excellence is etched in bronze and stone throughout the complex. Statues of athletics icons Don Quarry, Merlene Ottey, Herb McKinley, and since December 2017, Usain Bolt graces the stadium's entrance. Notably, the 1984 Bob Marley statue by Alvin Marriott stands within the park, a cultural landmark honoring Jamaica's global musical legacy. Independence Park embodies the resilience and pride of a nation. It's not just bricks and turf, but a stage of national achievements. Whether housing sporting milestones or cultural milestones like Bob Marley's One Love Peace concert in 1978 or the recent sold-out international events, the complex remains vibrant and timeless. From its opening in 1962 to today, Independence Park continues to be the heartbeat of Jamaican identity, where athletic legends run, cultural stories are told, and national pride roars in every brick, beam, and chair. Well, One Love family, this is where we'll end the video, just where we started. I do hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed the kind of historic tidbits that I dropped in the video. Until the next one.